Alright, good morning, Papio. This video's for you, bud. Links. I don't have my calipers handy. I don't even know where they're at because I haven't messed with them in forever. But the Orlandoo links, according to this ruler, are 1 millimeter. Which I know you know all this, Fabio, but throw that back down there. We were talking about your die-cast body, Bronco. I'm looking here. I think this is 1.2 millimeter. Okay, so this. Hold it up to a regular Orlandoo link. See if I can find somewhere where it'll focus on it and get it to show up nice and clear. The bottom link is one that I made from the steel rod of tattoo needles. Doesn't want to focus. It's 1.2 millimeter if I'm not mistaken. And I just used my Dremel rotary tool and ground the end down just a tiny bit, and then used a tap on it, which I broke my tap and die. But I have them on my gammy. All four front ones, I think. No. All four lowers are tattoo needles, custom length, and the uppers are Orlandoo links. I don't know if you can see that in there. And these are modified drive shafts that I made also with antenna tubing, brass antenna tubing. But that's the Orlandoo ball ends. I'm off camera. The plastic ball ends are on them, but on the lower part of the axles, you can see it right there really good if it'll focus. Right here on these low-C axles, those are GK24 brass ball screws on front and back. The rest of them are all Orlandoo, I do believe. No, the uppers are the brass ones also, front and rear on the axles, but on the skid and chassis, they are Orlandoo ball screws. It's kind of just a mix and match, but the links, that's what you need on your these heavier, stronger, thicker 1.2 millimeter steel rods from tattoo needles. That's what you need on that die cast body. That's why I don't want to build a die cast. The bodies are just too heavy for the little Orlandoos, in my opinion. And well, it just is what it is. They're heavy. But I tried to make a really good long comment, I guess, too long for YouTube's algorithm, and the comment immediately disappeared. So I needed to make a video anyway, because there were things that I did the other day that I didn't show. I spent 20 hours stripping paint off of my 5-door Jeep. I actually looked at it and just could not love the orange paint on that Jeep enough to leave it. So that Jeep is now gloss black, the entire thing. I spent 20 hours stripping. I had a silver base coat, metallic silver base coat of Rust-Oleum. I think it's 2X. Rust-Oleum 2X, which has a adhesion and promoter in it. Well, this is not the metallic silver. This is the gloss black I used. That's the metallic silver you can see spattered on the can. But I used the silver as a base coat under that orange, and then I also did the orange. I don't remember if that was. No, I don't remember which one it was. I think yeah, it's the 2X also. So it's paint and primer. So I had basically paint and primer over paint and primer. So it took a long time to get that paint to strip. But I did get more than 99%. There's barely any silver left underneath there. All of the orange is gone except for some micro little specks inside, like the headlight buckets and whatnot. I mean, you can barely see it in there. I'm going to touch all that with some brush paint, I guess. I like it. It's the only black Orlandoo I've built and left it. Well, leaving it. I'm not going to go back and strip this thing again. If I keep stripping paint off of it, it's going to ruin the plastic eventually. But it looks good and should look good with all the accents that I got for it, 3D printed and whatnot, and the carbon fiber and orange chassis should look good with it. I do plan on using this in the front once I figure out how to attach it to the chassis without affecting the body, because I don't want to mess the body up. I don't want to do anything else to the body. I cut the fenders off and added those, and that's like all the modifications I want to do to the body. Besides drilling holes for this. That's the roof rack that's going to go on it. Should look pretty good. And then the Escatucci sliders will kind of pop right up underneath here. And what else? I printed these. They didn't come out perfect either, but they're for that body. Well, they're sized for that body now. I'm gonna look here. Oh, my visor. I still got my visor. I painted it black too. It's semi-gloss though. It's not gloss. Yeah, that's. Oh, I got a spare tire thing. I need to do a lot of work to it, but this will go across the tailgate. I got to do a lot of sanding on it, filing and whatnot, because that's how my printer prints anything small or flat with details. It messes up the details. It just doesn't come out pretty. It doesn't come out clean. I don't know why. My printer hates me, but whatever. But yeah, the other thing that I commented about just a minute ago, a few minutes ago, let's see, where are they? I've been trying to keep everything separated into different styrofoam meat trays, leftover meat trays, or repurposed meat trays. They're not leftover. Portal axles. I tried. I don't know if they're going to delete the link, but portal axles. I'm going to move all these motor mounts because I've got a lot of different stuff going on this tray. But portal axles, I found, and I just dropped that half. I found that file that I put the link on from Thingiverse. It's a 3D printed Willys Jeep with extra parts, upgrade parts, whatever. And when I saw these portal axles, I thought, well, I'll try them and see if I can rescale them. And I got the housing to print really good compared to a lot of the stuff I've tried. Get it sitting together and hold it up here. The housing itself printed really good, and if I could get gears to print that I think would be worthy, I would go for it. But this is what my printer gave me for gears. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. Oh, I've got, okay, these are transmission gears here, because this is the 2-speed transmission, which it's not really 2-speed, that's a front wheel drive, rear wheel drive selectable, and this is the servo mount for that. Those are the little selectors. Here is the portal part, which I had to print in 3 pieces instead of 2. Let me get this set up before I go on any further. Might not have this put together right, but there's still some glue on this. I do apologize for not being on camera right now. It's a portal spindle, because I printed both of them front axles. But the gearbox printed okay. I don't know of any bearings that small, but I could print, I could cut some brass bushings to use instead. The spindle mount part seems okay. The problem I'm gonna run into is the gears, the smaller gears, and it has hex nuts in it. And I'm not sure why, but these other gears here are for, this is a gear, and this is what my 3D printer gave me. It printed shit that I can't use. So the portal, everything about the portal axles printed great except these gears. And I'm not sure how to get the right measurements for these gears and everything. I don't even remember exactly what I scaled these as to print them, but I'll show you the inside. The inside printed like that, not great, but good enough that I could smooth them out a little bit with a Dremel diamond burr and get bushings in them at least. Or maybe even some really small bearings. But I just wanted to show those. I put the link in the comments to your video. Maybe I scaled them down just a little too much, but now that my printer's dead, I can't print anymore. I've got multiple things printed that I'd love to give a try, like that, and this transfer case. I printed 2 of those. I'd like to try that. These are N20 motor mounts. N20 motor mount. I printed, I think, 3 or 4 of these, which is the same one, and then N20 motor mount. N20 motor mount without ears. And then I did the dual N20 motor mounts. And I'll pop this apart so you can see how it's designed. These printed pretty good. So that snaps together. It's for a WPL, that snaps together pretty tight. You just run screws through it into the chassis. I thought this would actually probably work pretty good in the MO1, MO2, or even possibly the Tundra, since the Tundra has such a wide frame spacing. So anyway, I'm gonna cut my video off. My battery's going dead. But yeah, tons of ideas, tons. And not enough screws or electronics. Honestly, haven't done anything since I stripped and repainted that, other than scrape a little paint off of that right there so I can glue that inside that. But yeah, hope everybody's doing good. And oh yeah, Mini Z wheels. Volk Racing, I think. I don't remember the exact ones, but Mini Z wheels and paddle tires that are scaled for Orlandoos. They're not huge. I think they're 30 millimeter. I made them small, but yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, thanks for watching.